Hey, John Flynn, Copley Advertising. How are you? Just wanted to talk to you today about recruitment and micro companies. So sometimes micro companies think they don't have shot of the great talent. They're wrong. I mean, things have changed. A lot of younger workers are beginning to realize that yes, salary is very, very important, but it's also the opportunities you get within the company that if you can expand, what you would do at a larger company and get to some really heavy stuff in the beginning, that would help you down the line. So even if you don't work for the company, that the micro company you start out with, you still have a lot of responsibilities that look great in your resume. So a couple things to keep in mind here. Obviously, yes, salary is important, but B, the other thing is important is the work of the micro company. Is it interesting? How is the micro company doing? Is it thriving? I mean, it doesn't have to be like a Fortune 500 company, but it have like 10 employees and it's doing well and they have interesting work and believe the model. B is that, transparency. You sitting down with your candidates and telling them exactly what's happening, what's the plan, and what's moving forward. And then C is communication. How's the communication between you and the company? Do you feel comfortable there? It doesn't take the first visit, but to start a relationship, is there someplace you think that is the environment that you could be productive in? Or maybe it's, a position where you don't have to go to the office 5 days a week. You can go to the office 2 days a week. Whatever fits. Some people like to go in the office 5 days a week. Some people don't. That all depends on how you like the situation. So, that's something that you'll have to grapple with. But the thing is that there's a lot of tricks here that, well, not necessarily tricks, but there's a lot of advantage of working for a smaller company. And I think that the younger workers coming out of college and everything kind of see that opportunity. And they know that if they go work for a good startup or a good company that's out of the gate a little bit, then they could put some great things down on their resume, and when they want to move on, that's fine. Or they could stay with the company and expand with it, and then get additional responsibilities. And sit down with the CEO of the company, the micro company, and say, hey, this is where I am. This is where I want to be. And either A, they're going to say great and work out a plan, or B, one thing that's also great, they might say something like, hey, that might be something to be hard to deal with here, but let's sit down and figure out how you could do it with another company, right? Let me make some calls. Let me talk to some people. Let's lay out a plan. We'll help you, place you someplace. See, that's a smart thing to do, right? That's a smart thing to do. Don't, people like, I don't know. But they tell their 8 friends from college, how great you did. And, it's all about, working as a team. I don't mean that, there's a bad word, team. Team is in the sense that we're all trying to help for the greater of the company or the greater good even, so it's like, that's the kind of, you want to put people in an environment they could thrive in, right? What do you need to thrive in this environment? And people want so little. I'm really amazed how much people want so little. They just basically want to be left alone and do a good job. I can't argue with that. I have people, it's like, I have remote workers around the world. I'm like, give me what you've done by Friday and I'll take a look at it and, it's great. And, 95% of the time it's great. And if it's not, I talk and see what else we could do and and work it out. John Flynn, Copley Advertising. Have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks.